Hello everyone, so in this video we will be having a quick revision of what we discussed yesterday because I heard that many of you were not clear regarding the things that I told you yesterday. So first thing that we discussed yesterday was the countable and the uncountable noun, right? In which simply we discussed the two basic rules, that was the use of the article or and before the countables or the uncountables, and whether is it going to be singular or plural before these nouns. So before that, first thing that we discussed was it is simple that it is going to have or and before the countable nouns. And secondly, it was that it can be singular, it can be plural. So these both things are right. Egg is also right, X is also right, an egg is also right, and ice is also right. It was simple. But the problem, but the cautiousness arises when we discuss about the unaccountable noun, because we are not supposed to use or and before the uncountable noun. I cannot write a water, I cannot write an ice. So these things are technically wrong. Second thing that we discuss is that here at the same time here we do not have plural form of the uncountable noun. It is wrong to write waters, it is wrong to write milks. I hope this was clear, right? So that's what we only discussed yesterday. That countable means it is going to be plural. I can count it. It is going to be plural. But uncountable, it is not going to be plural. In a sense that waters is wrong, right? Waters is wrong. Sugars is also wrong. Sugars is also wrong. That's what we discussed in the yesterday's videos. Second thing that we discussed was about the quantifiers. Okay, quantifiers. Why? Because we discussed that uncountable cannot be counted, but it can be measured, right? To measure the amount or to measure the quantity of it, certain words or certain phrases are used to measure the amount of it, and in which we discussed about the a lot of, each, every, one. Okay, in which first thing we discussed was about the each, every, any, and one. These four are the words which are going to be used before the singular countable noun. Before the singular countable noun, we are going to use this each, students, every, children. Okay, it means this is wrong. Why? Because children here is a plural word of child, right? Student is a plural of a student, right? It means, so each student is wrong, every children is also wrong. Again, and let me give you again one example. Any students will also be wrong. Any student is right. This one is right. Second, after the four words, we have got words like several, we have got words like both, couple of, many. These are going to be used in the plural countable noun. These are going to be used in the plural countable noun. It is going to be plural because the words several, both these indicate plural form, plus it should be countable noun. It should be countable noun. Several milks. This will be wrong. Several. Third is about the words such as some. Okay, in some it is not going to be used some book, it is always going to be used plural. So some books, this will be the right one. Secondly, it was some waters, this is also wrong, it is not going to be used in the uncountable. Now third one, it is example. For example, we have a lot of, right? These are also be going to be used in the countable plural. Countable plural. Okay, fourth one we have here is the very important ones. You can see this are the very important ones. Let me take a new slide and then let them tell you. The fourth one is regarding the words which will be only be used before the uncountable noun. Okay, let me take you the example. The words are the which is always going to be used in the uncountable. The words are much, less, little, a little, a bit of, a great amount of, or a great deal of. These are only going to be used before the uncountable noun. For example, a few, no, a few not. For example, we have got, for example, a little book. Okay, a little books. This is wrong because books is a countable noun. Second was a lot of book. This is also wrong. Okay, now these were about the different words that we need to discuss. Now moving ahead, certain more examples that I want to give is about a lot of, because a lot of little is confusing. A lot of, then many, and much. What's the difference between these types of words, and which types of words are supposed to be go inside these words? Look, a lot of can be used both in the case of countable and uncountable noun. But the difference is that a lot of is always be going to be used in a positive sense. A lot of is always be going to be used in a positive sense. If something is there, something positively, something is present there, then it is going to be used. For example, I read a lot of books. A lot of books. So this a lot of books, it is saying that something I have read. Okay, if something is there, if something literally something is there, so a lot of is going to be used in a positive sense. But words such as much has negative connotation. It is going to be used in a negative sense. Negative sense means I I do not read much, or I do not eat much bread. Let me take you to the screen once again. A lot of, many, and much. Now, these all are, people understand that these all are going to be used in the plural and the singular. But the thing is that it is going to be seen as in a sense of the positive and negative connotation. A lot of is going to be used in a positive, something substantial is present there, then a lot of is used. For example, I read a lot of books. A lot of books, right? But many here will be used in a negative sense. I do not read many books. Getting it? So this do not is coming in a negative form, right? In this negative connotation, in negative sense, many is going to use. Though this is plural, but it is using in a negative place, in indicating a negative connotation. Much negative, it is also going to show negative, but for uncountable noun. It is going to show for uncountable noun. For example, I do not eat much bread. I do not eat much bread. So it is going to be used in an uncountable, bread, and in a negative connotation, I do not. If I have to change it in a plural, if I have to change it in a positive, what I'll write? I eat a lot of bread. I said a lot of can be used before countable, uncountable. Much, but much will be used before uncountable, and a lot of will always be used in a positive sense. In a positive sense. So that's all for this video in the series regarding the countable and uncountable. Hope you like it, and please follow the other videos.